A Master's Call to Release. Greetings, dear friends. For 50 years, I've sat with people from every walk of life, farmers in quiet villages, executives in gleaming towers, students with hearts full of dreams, and I've learned one truth that binds us all: we carry too much. Worries, regrets, grudges, plans, they pile up like stones in our pockets, weighing down our steps. Yet, in the gentle teachings of Buddhism, there's a way to lighten that load. Today, I invite you to explore letting go for happiness, a path not of loss, but of liberation. As a meditation master, I've seen the spark that comes when someone releases what they've clung to, a spark of freedom, of joy, of life. This isn't about giving up what matters, it's about dropping what doesn't serve you. The Buddha taught that clinging is the root of suffering, and letting go is the door to peace. Through stories, wisdom, and real-life examples, like Clara, who found joy after years of resentment, I'll guide you into this practice. With 50 years behind me, I promise, it's simpler than you think, and deeper than you know. So, take a breath, and let's walk this path together. The heart of the teaching: why we cling. Let's start at the root. Why do we hold on so tight? In Buddhism, this is called tanha, craving, attachment, the urge to grip things we think will make us whole. It's not just about stuff, money, cars, or status. We cling to ideas, expectations, even pain. We clutch memories of what was, fears of what might be, or the need to be right. I've seen it in thousands of faces, the strain of holding what's already slipping away. The Buddha, 2,500 years ago, saw this clearly. In his Four Noble Truths, he said suffering, dukkha, comes from craving, wanting life to be other than it is. Picture your mind as a fist: the tighter it squeezes, the more it hurts. We hold on to a rude comment, a missed chance, a dream that didn't pan out, thinking control will save us. But it doesn't. It traps us. Science agrees. Psychologists call this the endowment effect. We overvalue what we have, even if it harms us. A 2017 study from Stanford showed that people who cling to negative emotions, like anger or regret, have higher cortisol levels, stressing their bodies. I've watched students carry old wounds like badges, only to slump under the weight. Clinging feels safe, but it's a cage. Letting go? That's the key. What letting go means: a Buddhist lens. Now, let's clear up a misunderstanding. In Buddhism, letting go, often tied to non-attachment, anatta, isn't about becoming cold or careless. It's not walking away from love, duty, or dreams. It's releasing the need to control what can't be controlled, the obsession that poisons what's good. The Buddha didn't say, abandon everything. He said, hold lightly. Think of life like a river. You can't stop it, you'll drown trying. Letting go is learning to float, trusting the current while steering gently. It's loving someone without owning them, working hard without tying your worth to the outcome, feeling pain without making it your story. In my 50 years, I've seen this shift save marriages, careers, hearts, not by erasing life, but by freeing it. The Dhammapada, a collection of the Buddha's sayings, puts it beautifully: let go of the past, let go of the future, let go of the present, and cross over to the further shore. It's not about losing time, it's about living in it fully, unburdened. That's happiness, not a prize, but a state of being. Why it works: the freedom of release. Why does letting go bring happiness? Because it clears the clutter. When you drop what you can't control, other people's choices, yesterday's mistakes, tomorrow's maybes, you make room for what's here, this breath, this moment, this you. Buddhism calls this equanimity, upekkha, a steady heart that meets life without clinging or pushing away. Science backs this up. A 2019 study from UC Berkeley found that people who practiced acceptance, letting go of unchangeable stressors, had lower anxiety and better sleep than those who fought reality. Your brain stops firing alarms when you quit battling what is. It's like unclenching a fist: the hand's still there, but it's free to move. In my decades of teaching, I've seen it spark joy in the unlikeliest places. A CEO who let go of a failed deal found clarity to start anew. A widow who released guilt over not enough time rediscovered laughter. Letting go doesn't erase pain, it lets happiness breathe. It's not weakness, it's wisdom, rooted in the Buddhist truth: peace comes when you stop gripping the wheel. How to let go, a practical path. Alright, Let's make this real. I've honed this over 50 years for folks like you. Letting go isn't a one-time act, it's a practice, like tending a garden. Here's a step-by-step guide, simple but deep. 1. Pause and notice, stop. Breathe. Name what you're holding: anger, a plan, a fear. I tell students, you can't let go of what you don't see. 2. Ask, can I control this? Be honest. Can you change their mind? Undo the past? If no, it's not yours to carry. If yes, focus there and release the rest. 3. Feel it fully, don't shove the emotion away, sit with it. The Buddha taught to observe pain without adding stories. Cry, shake, breathe, let it move through. For a visualize release, picture it leaving a leaf on a stream, a balloon rising. I've had folks imagine their worry as smoke dissolving. Find your image. 5. Affirm with kindness, say softly, I let this go for now. It's not forever, just this moment. Seal it with a breath, slow and full. This isn't magic, it's muscle. Your mind will grab again, gently release again. Over time, it's lighter. I've seen beginners find freedom here, one step, one breath. Real life stories, letting go in action. Let's bring this to life with stories: real people, real burdens, real freedom. These are the gems of my 50 years. Clara's story, the weight of resentment. Clara, a 52-year-old librarian from Boston, carried a grudge for 15 years. Her sister had betrayed her trust, money, lies, silence. I'd stew every holiday, she told me at a retreat. It was like poison. I taught her the Buddhist practice of metta, loving kindness, alongside letting go. She started small, noticing the anger, asking, can I change her? No. She sat with the hurt, picturing it as a heavy stone she set down by a river. I imagined it sinking, she said. Weird, but it helped. She'd say, I released this for my peace. At first, it felt fake, then freeing. Months later, she called her sister, not to fix, just to talk. We're not best friends, she said, but I'm not choking anymore. Clara's happiness bloomed, not because the past changed, but because she did. That's letting go, not erasing, but releasing. Miguel's story, the job that owned him. Miguel, a 38-year-old chef from Miami, lived for his restaurant. It was my identity, he said. When it failed, bad loans, worse luck, he spiraled. I'd lie awake, replaying every mistake. At a workshop, I shared the Buddhist teaching on impermanence, anicca, nothing lasts, and that's okay. Miguel tried letting go. He'd pause nightly, name his shame, I failed, and ask, can I redo it? No. He'd visualize the restaurant as a boat drifting off, breathing, I let this go. It wasn't instant. Some nights, I cursed, he laughed. But slowly, he felt lighter. He took a catering gig, not his dream, but steady. I cook again, he said. Not owning me, just me. Miguel found happiness not in success, but in freedom. That's the Buddhist way, letting go of what was to embrace what is. Aisha's story, the fear of tomorrow. Aisha, a 25-year-old student from Seattle, was paralyzed by anxiety. What if I fail? What if I'm alone? She asked me online. I shared the Buddha's advice, don't cling to the future, it's not here. She started a letting go practice, noticing fear, feeling its grip, picturing it as clouds dissolving. Can I control tomorrow? She'd ask. No. It felt silly, she said, like talking to air. But weeks in, she slept better. One day, before a big exam, she did it, breathed, released, focused. I passed, she grinned. Not perfect, but I was there. Aisha's still anxious, life's life, but she's freer. I'm not my what-ifs, she said. That's happiness, letting go of shadows to stand in light. The science, why letting go heals. Let's dive into the nuts and bolts. 50 years of teaching doesn't skip the brain. Clinging keeps your amygdala, the fear hub, on high alert, flooding you with cortisol. A 2020 neuroscience study showed that ruminating on unchangeable events spikes stress markers, harming sleep and immunity. Letting go interrupts that. When you release, your prefrontal cortex, the calm thinker, takes over. A 2021 Yale study found that acceptance practices, like Buddhist Letting Go, reduce neural stress signals within days. It's like turning down a blaring alarm. Over time, this builds resilience. Your brain learns to pivot, not panic. I've seen it. Folks who drop grudges or plans soften, their faces lighter, their steps surer. And happiness? It's chemical too. Letting go boosts dopamine and serotonin, your joy juices. A 2018 Psychology Today article noted that releasing negative attachments lifts mood like exercise. That's why Clara smiled, why Miguel cooked. It's not woo-woo, it's wiring, and it's yours to shape. The soul side, letting go is love. This isn't just science, it's sacred. In Buddhism, letting go is an act of love, for yourself, for others, for life. The Buddha's Metta Sutta urges kindness to all beings, starting with you. Clinging to pain? That's not love. Releasing it? That's freedom. In my 50 years, I've sat with monks and mothers, all seeking this. Letting go isn't loss, it's trust. Trust that life flows, that you're enough, that happiness isn't out there, it's here. The Heart Sutra says, form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Nothing's fixed, yet everything's whole. Let go, and you touch that wholeness. You don't need a temple. It's Clara's river, Miguel's boat, Aisha's clouds. It's you, now, breathing. That's the Buddhist gift, not a rule, but a song, release, and be happy. Making it yours, tips from 50 years. Here's how to weave letting go into your life. I've taught this to thousands. Start small, pick one thing, a snarky comment, a small worry. I tell folks, don't tackle the world, just today. Breathe through it, feeling stuck? Inhale 4, exhale 6. Clara swore by this, it steadies the heart. Picture it vivid, a stone, a cloud, make it yours. Miguel's boat worked because he saw it sail. Be patient, it'll creep back, normal. Aisha let go daily, you can too. Celebrate wins, smiled easier? Slept better? That's it. Happiness grows in those cracks. Hiccups? I feel guilty. Letting go isn't betrayal, it's love. You're not abandoning, you're freeing. It's too hard, start smaller. Release a late bus, not a life. Build the muscle. I'm angry, good. Feel it, then let it drift. The Buddha didn't judge, he observed. Try it now, your letting go moment. Let's practice. Name one thing you're holding, regret, fear, a fight. Ask, can I control it? If no, feel it, tight chest, heavy heart. Picture it as a leaf on water, floating off. Breathe deep, say, I let this go for now. How's that feel? Lighter, even a bit? That's enough. You've begun. The promise, happiness awaits. After 50 years, here's my truth. Letting go isn't losing, it's living. It's Clara's smile, Miguel's stove, Aisha's breath. The Buddha didn't promise a perfect world, just a free heart. You're not here to carry stones, you're here to dance. Join us at Happiness from Within. Subscribe, try this, and tell us, what did you release today? Let's walk to happiness together.